Hey guys, Dave here. Today we're making up one of the easiest homemade pizzas you will ever make. And pizza, everybody loves pizza. Friday night used to be pizza night at my place. When I was growing up, we'd come home, my dad would have pizza on the table, homemade pizza to boot. So you just got to make this with your own toppings. So let me show you how to do it. And let's begin with our ingredients. And first of all, we have our yeast, our instant yeast, and then some olive oil, salt, flour, warm water, a little bit of sugar, and for our toppings, I'm going to put a bell pepper on, some pepperoni, some mozzarella, some mushrooms, and of course, some pizza sauce. So I'm going to start here by adding 2¼ cups of flour into the bowl of my food processor. And incidentally, I've got the dough blade on here. 2 and 1/4. After the flour, I'm going to throw in a packet of quick rise instant yeast. And I just picked this up at the grocery store. It was a pack of 3. They were 8 grams each for about $1.99. So it's pretty cheap and it works well. Then about 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of good old sugar. And this is not necessary, but it does help it rise and makes the dough a little bit sweeter. Slip the top on and lock it down. Then we'll give the food processor a couple of good pulses just to mix things up. Now I'm going to turn the unit to low and slowly add in a cup of warm water. After the warm water, I'm going to go in slowly with a tablespoon of olive oil. Now I've let this go until a ball forms on the side, so I think that's looking pretty good right about now. Now guys, we'll grab this out, form this into a ball, and this is looking pretty good to me. This is pretty good pizza dough. And if your dough is a little too soft, a little too gooey, you can add a little more flour, and if it's too thick, add a little more water. I'm just going to knead this up a little bit just to make it on the smooth side, not too much. I'm going to grab up my bowl here and spray it with a little bit of olive oil. Put our nicely formed dough in, throw some cling wrap over the top, and I'm just going to let this sit until I make up the rest of the ingredients. And actually, the great thing about the instant yeast is you can use it. I'm going to let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes while I make up the rest of the ingredients, but you can usually, just make it right away if you want a thinner crust. This video has been brought to you by the good folks over at Magiccos. Today we're using one of their latest food processors, the FP425. The unit has an extra large 14-cup durable work bowl, a powerful 800-watt motor, an extra large food chute complete with 2 pushers. Its stainless steel decoration makes it a welcome addition to any kitchen. The processor is equipped with a pulse function, 13 speeds, and 3 programmable buttons. The FP425 has 7 blades for chopping, doughing, shredding, cutting fries, and impressive anti-slip suction feet. And of course, I'll put all the details for the unit in the description section below. Next up, I'm going to take the thin slicing blade and into the blade holder we go and lock it down. Onto the top of the unit, holder on, lid on, and we'll lock the lid down. Now here's the magic part. I'm going to turn the food processor up to about 4. And in with the salami. And just look at this, guys. Fantastic job. Great slices, thin slices of pepperoni. I said salami, it's actually pepperoni. But great job on the food processor. Next up, I'm going to grab up the button mushrooms. Same process. The only difference is I'm using the thick slicing blade. On with the food processor. Once again, I got some beautifully sliced up mushrooms, perfect for the pizza. The pizza would not be a pizza without some mozzarella, so I'm going to use the coarse shredding blade to shred up the mozzarella. And in this case, I'm going to turn the food processor to about 8, in with the mozzarella, and I'm going to press down on the top. And there we have it, my friends, some nicely grated up mozzarella. Who needs the store? And the last step is by hand. I'm just going to slice a cheek off my red bell pepper, and I'm just going to thinly as I can julienne this up. And of course, guys, the food processor really helps doing this, but you don't need one. I mean, you could do all this by hand, but it's sure a definite asset. Okay, now, my friends, it is time to build our pizza pie. And to do that, I'm going to grab up that dough, which has risen pretty good to me, slip it onto my pizza pie pan, and I'm just going to spread this out. You could do the fling in the air type of thing too, but I'm not very good at that, so I'm just going to try it like this. Now I got my pizza pie rolled out pretty good here. I'm going to take my fork and just make a few holes in there to release the air, so it kind of bakes evenly and doesn't puff up all over the place. Now on with the sauce. Now you can make this from scratch. I just got this at the store. It's just a whole lot easier. But I'm going to maybe this summer make up some homemade pizza sauce. And you can always add as much sauce as you like. It's pretty good for me right there. Take the old spoon and just spread everything out. Holy snapping, my friends. You'd think I was a professional pizza guy here. And I don't know why, but when I get pizza at the pizza shop, I always tell them add extra sauce. They never add enough sauce for me. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just a saucy guy. Now, some of that mozzarella. I mean, you simply got to have mozzarella with pizza. It just wouldn't be, it would be a cardinal sin, I think, not to put mozzarella on. And another complaint I have about pizza shops is they don't use a good mozzarella. I like to be able to taste the pepperoni and the mozzarella and taste all the ingredients instead of just everything tasting the same. So if you can, get a really good mozzarella. A little more money, but well worth it. Now I got that mozzarella on. It is time to go on with those wonderful slices of pepperoni. Another must for pizza is pepperoni. And I just love the way the food processor evenly does up this pepperoni. Now for those mushrooms over top of the pepperoni. This is looking like a real pizza. Some of those bell peppers, I'm just going to kind of lay them on like, I don't know. And last but not least, some dried basil. Now, if you have fresh, I don't have any fresh on hand, but if you have fresh, go ahead and add it. But to me, a pizza is not a pizza without the old basil or basil. Now, guys, these are my ingredients, I mean, and the way I build it, but, feel free to do your own thing. It's your own pizza, but I think this is going to be fantastical. Now we're going to go into a 450 degree Fahrenheit preheated oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. After 13 or 14 minutes, guys, it is pretty much done and smelling so good, and this is our pizza pie. And there you have it, guys, our homemade pepperoni, cheese, mushroom, and bell pepper pizza. You are going to love this. Easy to make, great pizza dough. Oh, going to be so good. All right, let's take our pizza cutter and cut into this. Uh-oh. All right, let's lift this up, guys, and see what we have. And just look at this absolute, in my opinion, pizza perfection. Wowzers. Everybody is going to love this. All right, guys, time to grab this up and have a taste here. Oh, it looks so good if it tastes anything like it looks. You know what? I'm giving up on the pizza places. This is absolutely fantastic. I love that crust. I really do. I mean, the toppings are good too. Put whatever you want on, but that crust turned out absolutely, look, if you can see underneath there, absolutely fantastic. It's a little bit on the crunchy side and it's not doughy. You got to make this up, guys, for sure. And if you do, leave us a comment because I love to read them. And most of all, like, because it helps the channel out. And subscribe. Why not? It's free. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget about the food processor. It does a great job. And we'll see you in the next video. So good.